Hi everybody, Ted Jordan here with Professional Acting for the Long Haul. Now last week we talked about what happens when you get your very first audition. What should you do? And if you haven't seen that video, go back from last week and go check it out. Very important, very poignant, and very good information in my humble yet accurate opinion. Now, this week we're talking about once you get past that, you've got all your ducks in a row and you get to the casting director's office. What in the world do you do? Well, you park your car, go on upstairs or go through the front door or wherever their office is located, and you sign in. You sign your name and your information of who sent you, meaning your agent. Then you sit there and you go over your sides, your script, if you've got it. Then you go ahead and you study your script if you have one. If you don't have one, then the casting director will tell you exactly what they want you to do once you get into the auditioning room, okay? So that's very important. So just sit there, relax, study your script if you have it. If you don't have a script, just chill until they call you. When they call you, get ready, because here's where the opportunity comes in now. All the training, all the effort, all the work for your very first audition. It's a very exciting thing, can be kind of nerve-wracking a little bit because you want to do well, and that's okay, but make sure you change the channel onto your success. You want to be successful at this. You don't want to be all in a bunch of nerves and a bundle of nerves. You don't want that. Even though that comes up, it's a natural thing, but don't let that overtake you. Don't do that. So when you meet the casting director for the first time and they call you back, they may not shake your hand. Don't be thrown off by that. That seems to be an industry thing. Not sure exactly why. You know, in other industries, you put your hand out, you shake the person's hand, and you move on. It's a common courtesy. But with this, with the casting directors, that's not necessarily the thing. Because usually when they call you in, they could be behind a table, so it's too far. There's too much of a distance there, maybe. I don't know. But, you know, if they don't shake your hand, don't be shaken by it, and just move on. Meet and greet them, absolutely, you know, because that's what you normally do. You want to make a very good impression. So you meet and greet the casting director. They tell you where to stand. They go, stand over next to that mark. And you're like, what's a mark? We'll look down on the floor, and it's probably a piece of tape somewhere with an X, or just, you know, it's just laid out across on the carpet, and that's where they want you to stand in front of the camera so you can do your audition, okay? So if you have it memorized, great. If you don't have a script, they're gonna tell you exactly what they want you to do. Pay very close attention to the instructions given to you. Now what's next? Stand in front of camera, and when they say action, you should give your name and your agency. Now, if you're an independent and you say, hey, my name is Ted Jordan, I'm independent. Or if you have an agent, hi, my name is Ted Jordan, I'm with Now Talent. Now, if you're a minor, you'll add to that your age, because you're a minor and that's what they want you to do. If you're going for a movie role, then you'll add on what role you're auditioning for. So that's how that process works. You just have to go with the flow of whatever the project is. Let's say the project is commercial. So you don't have to do the role, but you do give your name and your agency because you're not a minor, okay? Now, you give your you give your name and your agency, and when the casting director says action, you do that. Or they do the profile too, so they have you turn like you're doing a mug shot. So you'll give, you know, a right profile, then you give a left profile. Then they want you to look right into the camera, and then give your slate. Here's where a lot of people make the mistake on the slate. They throw it away as if it doesn't mean anything. And I've heard other actors say, well, you know, the person that taught me told me not to, you know, just get it out of the way. Well, no, that's another way to show off your personality. Hi, my name is Ted Jordan. I'm with Images Agency. Or, hi, my name is Ted Jordan. I'm an Images Agency. See the difference? So you want to show off your personality in this thing. Again, you don't want to go bonkers with this, but you want to show off, you know, who you actually are. You're a friendly, outgoing person, especially if you're doing like a somber or dramatic commercial or a somber or dramatic role. It kind of gives a nice contrast to let them know, you know, what you can do, and give you a little bit of an opportunity to show off your range there. Okay, so you go ahead and do that, and you go ahead and knock this thing out of the park after you get the slate out of the way, and then you move on and you do your commercial. Let's say it's a commercial. So you do the commercial and you got the feel of the commercial and you know exactly what you did and you nailed it. Now you're done. What happens next? All right, here's what happens next. You leave out, they thank you for your time, you thank them for the opportunity, and you walk out. Now, what are you doing next? You're waiting. You're waiting for the powers that be to make the decision whether you got the job or not. Here's the process. And here's where a lot of people get tripped up at. A long time ago, if you didn't get it, you didn't hear anything from your agent, you didn't hear anything from anybody. You just didn't get it. Now, I have an agent who sends out an email and congratulating those who got the gig, and that's how she does it. And other agents are probably doing the same thing. Others may not. I'm not really sure. I can't speak for everybody. So whoever you're hooked up with, find out how they communicate whether you got it or not. And if they don't communicate with you and just say, well, look, if I don't tell you you got it, then you didn't get it. That's pretty much old school, but you know, it's kind of a frustrating thing, but that's been the industry standard for such a long time. It's an accepted practice. So if you didn't get it, that's okay. Now, why you didn't get it, that's another thing. You never worry about things you have no control over. If you know you did full well and you did everything you could to get it right, then cool. You can rest in that knowledge, knowing that you gave it your very best shot. Why didn't you get it? Those are things you don't know about. Maybe you weren't the right size. Maybe you weren't the right color. Maybe you weren't the right gender. Maybe your hair color wasn't what they were looking for. Who knows? You don't know about that part, and your agent's not gonna really know. The only time you're gonna find that out is when you see the finished product on television. That's when you're gonna find out, okay? So that's the way that works, if you didn't get it. What happens if you do get booked? And that is another industry piece of jargon for you, the booking. If you got booked, yay, congratulations for you. You get your very first booking, and that too is exciting. Really, all of your bookings should be an exciting time. You should never really take this thing for granted because it is a privilege and an honor to be a part of anyone's project, especially when they're paying you. It's an awesome thing. If they're not paying you, that's a cool thing too because they're telling you that you're doing a great job. Even if you didn't get the booking, sometimes you do a great job and they'll tell you that too, but you just weren't, somebody else's type because there's a bunch of people that make the decision, from the client to the director, the producers. You just don't know who's making the final decisions. So you have to keep that in mind and don't wear yourself out trying to figure out the why. Now, if you know you screwed up in the audition, that's a totally different thing. Now you need to go back to your training and continue to rehearse and practice on getting better. You should always be continuously practicing and rehearsing and training anyway. But if you didn't get it and you know the nerves overcame you, then you know that's a mental thing. So if it's a mental thing, that means you're thinking about the wrong thing. You're thinking about failure instead of success. For those who are thinking of failure, that's exactly what happens. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if you're thinking about success, that's going to happen for you too. But let's say the nerves got to you and you just kind of fumbled your way through it, and the casting directors understand that we're human beings and that sometimes we get nervous and we need another shot. They give you a second chance to get it right. You did, but you didn't do great. Okay, well that happens too. Go back to the training and rehearse. Don't beat yourself up about it. That's not going to help you. But getting better at it will. And that means practice. That means rehearsing. That means training even when you're not in class. Okay? Now keep that in mind. Now say you got your first booking. This is an exciting time because not only are you going to be on the set, being able to network with other actors, you're going to be fed well. Yeah, that's always good. But also, you get to put this on your resume and you get paid. Awesome thing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, if you're non-union, understand this. They have arranged already for you not to get paid for up to 90 days. I know it's crazy, right? Because all of our bills come in 30. And that's another rabbit trail I could go down within the industry standard that really needs to be changed. But we're not going to go there today. So Understand that. Up to 90 days, the agents and agencies have negotiated with clients to get paid up to 90 days. Why? I don't know. I have my speculations, but I won't share those with you here. Now, understand that. So if you can get with that and still work your regular 9 to 5 for right now, that's okay until you get more and more steady work. And sometimes most of the clients pay within like 45 days or maybe 60 tops, but it's up to 90 days. So if you can deal with that, deal with that. But more importantly, deal with some of the other things you're gonna have to deal with. Sometimes you get a lot of no's before you get your first yes. But here's the thing. Are you called to this? Is this something you're supposed to be doing? If it is, then stick with it and don't let anybody steal it from you. That's right. Don't let anybody take it from you. Just because you have some difficulties and things, you got difficulties all over the place, no matter what vocation you're in. If you're called to this, then stick with it until it starts to really work well for you. Okay? Now, I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, by all means, contact us at professionalactingforthelonghall@yahoo.com, and you can see the videos, all of them, on our YouTube channel, Crossing Jordan Entertainment. Thank you again for bringing me into your home. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, hey, get with us. Signing off. See you later.